So welcome everyone. My name is Luke Helming. I'm head of the Department of Mathematics. I'm always very happy this time of the year. Spring graduation is something I look forward to. We are enormously proud of our graduating students, and what better occasion than graduation, and we can honor them for all their hard work. So we have a tradition of having a graduation speaker for our mathematics ceremony. This year I'm pleased that one of our own faculty, Steve Campbell, is giving the graduation speech. He is a distinguished university professor. He has, he's fellow of several societies, IEEE and SIAM, and he has also been graduate director for longer than most people can remember, 11 years, I think, and he just stepped down a few months ago. And so please welcome Steve Campbell.
Congratulations. I don't usually use one of these, but I'm told that if I don't use one, then the people in the other room cannot hear me. I'm honored to be part of this ceremony. I was not the original entertainment. In fact, Luke asked me 24 hours ago, the real speaker can't show up, can you do it? And my first reaction was, who, me? I've never done one of these things. And so I thought, seek inspiration. And so I've been to over probably 60 to 70 graduations by this time in my life. And so I thought back over all the ones I'd been to. And I realized I remembered one speaker's name, and I remembered one thing they said. The speaker was Mr. Rogers. It was. And he told us to be good neighbors. You know, actually, if you think about it, it's pretty hard to beat that. So then I asked our distinguished head here for some advice. And his very sage advice, and this is the exact advice, is more than 5 minutes and less than 10. Well, I know I can do the more than 5, and I will try to do the less than 10. So I apologize for looking at these notes once in a while. But as those who have had me in class know, I like telling little stories, and I can go off track, and I will violate the 10-minute rule if I don't use this to put me back on track. So I'm going to mention sort of 3 little incidences. I have two children of my own who went to NC State. Matt was a chemical engineer, and Eric was a textile engineer. And so I asked each of them to, if they could possibly think of one thing their dad ever said that they remembered. And they both had exactly one thing. So I'll mention that. And the third is something that my own experience with some advice I got at about 6 months before where you are right now. So my son Matt, what he remembered is I'd always said, and this is straight out of Mr. Rogers, be nice to people. It's the right thing to do. I mean, everybody's important. It makes your life more pleasant, and it's actually a very good success strategy. About 3 months after he took a job up at a research center, he gave me this call and said, Dad, I want to tell you what happened to me today. I had this big proposal I've been working on for 2 months. This did things like provide his salary and things like that. And it was due the next day, and so at 4 o'clock, he took it down to the staff person to send it off. And she looked at it and said, Matt, we've got new guidelines. It's in the wrong format. It's the wrong budget. Here's this document that's this thick that's got the government regulations on how to do the proposal. Matt looks at it and he says, oh my goodness, there's no way I can do this. He visualized months of work going down the tubes. And she looked at him like she smiled each morning when he said hi. She says, that's okay, Matt. I'll do it. So, and he also found out that an hour later, somebody else who was kind of nasty to everybody showed up, and he was told he had to do it himself. So he said that was pretty good advice. The second thing concerns my own experience. And when I was an undergraduate math major, shall we say I didn't start real strong? In my freshman year, I did not get any Fs. I did get 3 Ds in German. And in fact, on my scholarship letter, when it was renewed, there was a little handwritten note. And it said, now that you've passed the German hurdle, we expect far finer things from you. Well, the next year, I not only didn't get Fs, I didn't get any Ds. And my third year, I not only didn't get Fs, I didn't get Ds, I didn't get Cs. So I was clearly going uphill. But I was not in the honors program. I was not one of their star math majors. But I was doing better. And this faculty member had sort of taken an interest in me, and I was thinking about what to do. This would be like at the start of my senior year. And I liked math, and I thought I could kind of explain things. And so I was thinking of maybe teaching. But how do you get a PhD? That's doing research. I mean, how can I do research? I can't even understand half the stuff in the book, okay? So I was figuring at that time they had these things that had sort of an expository thesis to aim you toward teaching. And so I told him I was going to apply for one of these. In fact, I'd already applied for a couple, and I was coming and adding him as a letter writer. And he looked at me and said, why start out trying for second best? You know, I bet I'd heard that 5,000 times before then, but it came just at the right time in the mind of a 20-year-old. I said, well, why start out trying for second best? So I applied to some PhD programs. I got accepted in Northwestern. I'd been there about a semester. They switched me to a fellowship, and I went on and got my PhD. And I discovered that research was not about knowing everything in the book. To this day, I probably don't know half the stuff in most of those books, but it's about being curious and finding something you're interested in and trying to figure things out about it. So the point of it is to go for it. You know, really, if you think about it, other than a death in the family or a serious illness, there's only one really bad thing that can happen in your life. One. And that bad thing is to spend the last half of it asking what if. If you go for it, you've taken care of it. Just going for it guarantees the worst thing that can happen to you won't happen. You have no idea how it's going to turn out. In my own case, I viewed myself in one way. I'm still in mathematics, but it's very different than what I had planned. I've done a lot of traveling I never anticipated. I've gone in areas I never known. My son Matt got his degree in chemistry, started grad school in biomedical engineering, left and worked in a lab, went back and got a PhD in plant pathology, wound up as a genetics postdoc, wound up running a lab, and now works for a large financial investment firm. Okay? My son Eric accidentally graduated. No, I'm serious. He went to sign up for a co-op, and they told him he was going to graduate. I said, son, how can you accidentally graduate? He said, well, I took some courses my freshman year, and I didn't like them, so I forgot about them. I go, what? We get these little forms. I work here, right? These audits you get every semester. I never looked at them. Okay. So anyway, we won't go into his full story, but suffice it to say that he doesn't work in a textile company, but he now works with computers and an IT thing. So again, it's been a very, very different journey. So Eric's favorite saying, which kind of fits in with the theme, is the game of life is the only game that you're going to play that you get to decide how to keep score. And one thing I know is if I keep score, I win. Right? How can you lose at a game where you decide how to keep score? I mean, it's beyond my comprehension. So, it's not whether you win or lose that's important. It's not even how you play the game that's important. What's important is that you played the game. All right? And you don't know how it's going to go, so go for it. At the end of the day, whether you win or lose is entirely your situation. I've had days when it was a total goof up. Well, good learning experience, okay? Or you can do very well and, it's your choice. Your degree says that you've completed this level of the game of life. It's a little card that lets you up to the next level and you can start doing it. The faculty have enjoyed having you in our neighborhood. As you go forth, you'll go through a whole series of more neighborhoods, many of which you cannot even envision at this time. Good luck.
Thank you, Steve, for the wonderful graduation speech. Next on the program will be Jeff Scroggs, which will hand out the undergraduate award, and after that, undergraduate degrees.
Thank you, Luke, for the introduction, and I hope everybody in the other room can see us and hear us. So welcome to the graduation ceremony, everybody. The first item on the list is to mention the math department nominees for college awards. And the math nominees, I'll ask you to stand if you were nominated. The first one is Andre Washka, and he's nominated for the PAMS Leadership Award. Very good. Yeah, applaud. Sure. The next nominee for the PAMS Award for Scholarly Achievement is William Oakley, nominated by Dr. Powell. Very good, thanks. And we think that you deserve the awards, but I guess the college committee didn't see it that way. But the PAMS Research Award was awarded to our nominee, Joseph Arthur. And please come down and accept your award. We have the plaque. There is one person, actually two people, that can slow down the ceremony and we invite you to slow down the ceremony. That's Mom taking the picture up there, and it's Shema taking the picture down here. So we'll have these pictures available to you on the web after the ceremony, probably Monday or something like that, right? So the next batch of things to do is to hand out the diploma covers, and Luke is going to model this for you. It says, I'll read it quickly for you. It says, if you've paid all your bills and passed all your classes, you will be mailed your diploma in about 2 months. Okay. So the first person to be awarded, we're going to invite students by batches. The math students, A through L, please come down and stand in front. That way we, over to your right, my left, so that you're not tripping over each other. So the A through L's first, and then we'll do the second batch of math students after that. So the first math student is Laura Barnobi. She's getting an envelope also, which will have certificate for Scholars Program, I think. The next one is Frisco Ball from Goldsboro, North Carolina. I'm going to call out everybody's name. We know some of the students are not going to be here. Frisco is not here. Ashley Klein is the next person on the list. So she's graduating cum laude, minor in accounting, University Scholars Program, and she gets an ambassador certificate because she was a college ambassador. So thank you for that. The next person on our list is Cameron Cockman from Raleigh, North Carolina. Yes, applause, applause, applause. Joshua Couchinet, Brandywine, Maryland. Did you get, I want to make sure everybody got pictures if you didn't get pictures. And also, we'll be out down here after the ceremony for pictures too if you need to have some extra pictures, and during the reception as well. Tynan DeVries. Zakai English is here. I know she's here. And she's from Cambridge, Massachusetts. Ryan Evans, Diego Fernandez, he's graduating magna cum laude from Columbia. Jasmine Franz from Charlotte, North Carolina. Valedictorian, 4.0, second degree, math education, minor in Spanish. David Hamilton from Richmond, Virginia. Minor in military studies, no surprise from the uniform. I think you're going to go fly for us, is that right? Yes, that's great. John Hanna from Cary, North Carolina, cum laude, minor in physics and economics. Zachary Hunt from Goldsboro, North Carolina, magna cum laude. Carla Hutchins from Cary, North Carolina, summa cum laude, second degree in math education. Lily Hun. Salma Ibrahim from Advanced North Carolina, second degree in chemistry, University Honors Program. Patricia Jordan from West Warwick, Rhode Island. Patrick Jordan. I hope that's the only mistake, but I'm afraid it may not be. So, Robert Kaiser from Raleigh, North Carolina. And Jake Lodgen is not here. Jamie Luca is here. Come on. And minors in physics and French from Chapel Hill, North Carolina. All right, so we'll call down the math majors, not applied, but regular math majors, M through Z. It's a huge class. I don't think we've had this many students graduate. Well, not since I've been director, certainly, but it's a huge class of graduating students. Very proud of them all. Going to miss them all, too. The first person on the list is Jason Macy from Princeton, North Carolina, minor in outdoor leadership. The next person is David McAllister from Franklin, North Carolina. Have a few friends here, huh? Cum laude, second major, math education. Thomas Morgan. Jessica Moy is here, I think, right? Yes, you're here. From Cary, North Carolina, second major in statistics, cum laude. The next person from Thomasville, North Carolina is Michelle Murphy. Magna cum laude, math education, double major. Next person is John Nardini. He's going to get his certificate for the honors program as well. And he's an ambassador, so we thank him very much for these two things. From New Hampshire. And next person on the list is William Oakley from Holly Spring, North Carolina. He also gets a certificate for the math honors program. Yeah, he gets the certificates as well. That's great. Corey Obermiller from Hendersonville, North Carolina. I think it's all you double majors in math education. I guess you all sticking together today, huh? That's great. Adam Peden from Princeton, North Carolina, cum laude, second major, math education. Sean Plummer from Raleigh, North Carolina, valedictorian, math honors program. So that's some of the things that are hanging around his neck there. Sarah Powell from Jamestown, North Carolina, minor in business administration. Hudson Raines from Houston, Texas, graduating cum laude. I think that's a scholar athlete, right? Kimberly Rochester from Asheville, North Carolina, minors in English and physics. Joseph Rose from Morrisville, North Carolina, second major in physics. There's plenty of time. You got the picture, right, Dad? Okay, good. Renda Shi from Sichuan, China, magna cum laude. Adi Sivasakaran, I'm sorry, I'm a little bit slow with Indian names still, from India. And Alice Tomes, I know she's not here, but we really appreciated having her in the program. Brian Walker, he's getting a certificate for the Math Honors Program. Second degree in civil engineering, magna cum laude. Yep. Yeah, we don't want to have to chase you down afterwards. Andrew Wright from Rocky Mount, North Carolina, cum laude. That's great. So the A through M's in applied math, please come down. A through M in applied math. We've never had to do them in 4 batches before. It's always been 2 batches. It's a huge number of students. Hey. So the first person on the list is Joseph Arthur from Waxhaw, North Carolina. He has the most symbols by his name, I think. He's also getting a NSF Graduate Fellowship Award, so we're happy with that. Kevin Bonham from Charlotte, North Carolina, minor in statistics. He's graduating with a financial math concentration. He's the only one today, and I'm very pleased to have him in the program. Mary Berkey from Garner, North Carolina. University Honors Program, 3 degrees, physics, chemistry, and math. So, some people are jealous. Xuan Hu Chen, I don't think he's here. Jason Cockrell, oh, good. He's getting a certificate for the Math Honors Program. Yep, certificate as well. Summa cum laude, second degree in computer science. James Davis from Weddington, North Carolina, cum laude. And thank you for being Sum Club president. Alexander Eichmann with a minor in accounting from Pennsylvania. Audrey Gould from Morehead City, North Carolina. Kalita Hendricks from Los Alamos, New Mexico. Summa cum laude, second degree in physics. Math Honors Program. Absolutely, absolutely. Got to get all of the pictures. Alexander Kessling. Mabel Coeur McLaurin from Apex, North Carolina, minor in computer programming. Ethan Lockhart from Waxhaw, North Carolina, summa cum laude, Math Honors Program, so he gets a certificate. Yep. Alexander Madsen and David Moreau, valedictorian. Yes, the next group, please come down. The last group of, if you haven't got your degree, your undergraduate degree yet, you got to come down. So the first person on the list is, in the next list is Aaron Powell, valedictorian, second major in nuclear engineering from Oak Ridge, Tennessee. Oh, yes. His sweat and your money, huh? That's Robert Pierce from Sanford, North Carolina, summa cum laude, math honors program, so he gets a certificate for that. Second major in physics, minor in statistics. Rebecca Perry from Owings, Maryland. Philip Phipps from Kernersville, North Carolina, math honors program, so he gets a certificate, and second major in physics. Sean Ressler, also mathematics honors program from Sicklerville, New Jersey, second major in physics. Yeah, all the pictures. Slow motion video, too. Thank you. Christopher Rohrbach. James Rowland, the fourth. He's a valedictorian. Math honors program. Kittrell, North Carolina. Christopher Satterwhite. David Smith from Clayton, North Carolina. Summa cum laude, minor in economics. Kelby Stockstill. Amanda Thompson. I don't think the people in the other room heard that. Amanda Thompson for Mullica Hill, New Jersey. Next one on the list is Andre Washka from Burlington, North Carolina, valedictorian. Is getting some certificates. For the Leadership Award. Plenty of time. It's not funny. We gotta get all these pictures right. There's Mark Wetherington, Amanda Wilkinson from Eden, North Carolina. Next is David Woodley, valedictorian from Kernersville, North Carolina, math honors program. And last on the list, but certainly not least, is Peiken Jang, cum laude, second degree in statistics. Come on. Yeah, Peiken. University honors program. And yes, two more pictures. Oh, you got it? Okay. Okay, so a big round of applause for all of these graduating students.
So next on the program is Mansour Haider, the director of the graduate program, who will hand out all the graduate degrees.
Thanks, Luke. It's a pleasure to be here, and congratulations to all the graduates, parents, family, friends. I'll be announcing the degrees for our master's and doctoral programs, and we have programs in mathematics, applied mathematics, and financial mathematics. So we'll have 3 batches. They'll be a bit smaller than the undergrad batches. So I'd first like to call the graduates for the Master of Science in Applied Math and the Master of Science in Mathematics to please come down. Okay, so first we have Casca Adotier, who came from University of Pittsburgh, and Casca will be staying with us to do a PhD. And his hometown is Springfield, Virginia. Next we have Scott Batson, who is not with us. Scott is from Asheville, North Carolina. Next is Tiffany Birch. Tiffany is from Altamont, Illinois, and she came from Coe College and is also staying with us for a PhD. She worked with Ernie Stitzinger. Next we have Al-Gaddafi El-Amami, who's from Libya, and he is also staying with us for a PhD. Next graduate is Lisa Holte. She came to us from Concordia College, and Lisa is going to work for Raytheon Corporation, and she is from Minnesota. Elliot Marshall is not here. Okay, and our last graduate for Masters in Applied Math is Alex Toth, who is also not here. Okay, so I'm going to move on now to the Master of Science in Mathematics. First graduate is Min-Sung Kim. Min-Sung Kim is from South Korea, and Min-Sung will be pursuing a PhD at the University of Maryland. Our next graduate is Justin Lee Inicio, and Justin is from Burlington, North Carolina, and came to us from Liberty University, and Justin will be teaching. And last but not least, Megan Stone, who's from Kernersville, North Carolina. And Megan came to us from Wake Forest, and will be teaching at Grace Christian right here in Raleigh. All right, congratulations to our Masters of Science in Math and Applied Math. I'd like to now call down the Master's students in Financial Mathematics. If you could please come to the left. And I'm going to apologize in advance for mispronouncing names, but hopefully you... Okay, our first graduate is Zhuan Fu from Shenyang, China. Not here, okay. Then Dai Gao from Tangshan, China. And I'll pause here for a second, and I forgot to acknowledge that the director of our Financial Math Master's program is Dr. Jeff Scroggs, who is also the director of the undergrad program. So I think he deserves a round of applause. Na Geng. Na is from Binzhou, China. Our next graduate is Jue Gong from Xi'an, China. He's not here. Okay. And then Jie Yi Guo from Guangzhou, China. Yuting Guo. Yuting is from Zhoushan, China. And next we have Beibei Hu from Jiaojing, China. Our next graduate is Meng Huang from Changsha City, China. Okay, our next graduate is not from China. Our next graduate is Tom Huynh from Saigon, Vietnam. And our next graduate is not here, but it's Jason Krakes from Pella, Iowa. Next is Jia Li who is from Changchun City, China. Next graduate is Kashif Rana from Bahawalpur, Pakistan. And Britt Ruffner from Oliver Springs, Tennessee. Britt is not here. Bo Xiao from Changshu, China. Putu Sudyanti from Bali, Indonesia. Natakun Warunsi from Bangkok, Thailand. Di Wu from Hefei, China. Ji-Chun Ying from Hangzhou, China. And our final graduate in financial math who is not here is Zhao Meizhu from Jinan, China. So let's give everyone a big round of applause. Okay, so our final batch here is our PhD students. So if you're a parent, just when you think your child is done with school, maybe in math, they call you and say, Mom, Dad, I want to go to school again. You say, how long? Maybe 5 years. Maybe your question is, do I have to pay? Do I not have to pay? Well, luckily in our program, most of our students in the PhD program are supported. They work very hard, and they get excellent jobs. And I'd like to call them down now, the PhD graduates in mathematics and in applied mathematics. And wonderfully, everyone is here, which is fantastic. I'll start with applied mathematics. So our first graduate is Karen Bobignac. Karen is from Cary, North Carolina. Karen came to us from Meredith College, and Karen has got a job at the Georgia Tech Research Institute, and her thesis advisor is none other than Steve Campbell. Okay, our next graduate is Max Jang. Max came to us from Wake Forest, and he's going to be an assistant professor at Campbell University, and his advisor was Dr. Jilin Lee. The next three graduates did their PhD in mathematics. Our first graduate is Matthew Korn. He came to us from NC State. And Matt will be a postdoctoral fellow in the Air Force Research Lab in Rome, New York. And his advisor was Arkady Kafitz. And Matt is from Swannanoa, North Carolina. And sorry if I mispronounced that. Yeah, and the funny thing is as you'll find out, we have two graduates from Swannanoa, North Carolina. And I could swear that was a typo. I went around the department to double check and triple check, and it was not a typo. They went to the same high school. And apparently they didn't even know each other. So, small world. There you go. Okay. We won't get into that. So, our next graduate is Dan Marincelli. Dan came to us from Montana State. And he will be an assistant professor in Concordia University in St. Paul, Minnesota. And his advisor is Jesus Rodriguez, and he is from Billings, Montana. And our final graduate is Melissa Tolle. Melissa is also from Swannanoa, North Carolina. Melissa came to us from Agnes Scott College, and she will be an assistant professor at Wingate University, and she worked with Tom Latta. And so, picture go here. So if any of the, I know Steve is here, but I'd like to have the thesis advisors, both our master's and PhD students, all stand up, and if we could give them a round of applause as well for all their hard work. All right, thank you and congratulations again.
Thank you, Mansoor. If you look on the program, you would think that we're almost done, but we have a little surprise up our sleeves this time. Our undergraduate director, Jeff Scroggs, is stepping down this year after many years of service to the department, and so we want to do something special for him. So, if the students will come forward. Jeff, please come.
Good afternoon, faculty, graduates, family, and friends. It is our honor to stand here today to thank Dr. Scroggs for his years of service and commitment to the undergraduate mathematics department. He has been an advisor, teacher, and mentor to us all. Please accept this gift as a token of our appreciation. We wish you well in your future endeavors with the financial mathematics program.
Do you like to say a few words, Jeff?
Just thank you very much. It's been a pleasure, and you know, every single undergraduate student that graduates or even doesn't graduate is very special to me, independent of GPA or aspirations. And so I love you all. Thanks.
So before we end the ceremony, I would like to thank all the staff who made this event possible, especially Jeff's undergraduate secretary, Di Buckland, but also all the other staff in present. Particularly Denise Seabrook, Shema Bennett-Shabir, Charlene Wallace, Brandea Youth, Frankie Stevenson, Caroline Gunton, Jennifer Williams, Cindy Peacock, and Matt Hall. So please give them a round of applause. And before we wrap this up, I really feel we should give one round of applause to our graduates. We are very proud of all of you. And I think it is important also to kind of highlight the parents who have made this all possible. So if all the parents stand up, we would like to thank you for all your hard work for getting your students here. So this is the end of the ceremony. We have a reception out in the lobby. Please feel free to ask us to make as many pictures as possible. We'll be hanging out here as long as you want us to, but please socialize and be happy, go celebrate. Congratulations to you all.